Welcome to America Current Affairs. So get this, there's a meeting happening tomorrow in Florida that could either bring about a groundbreaking peace in the Middle East or, kick off a massive new war. We're going to break down exactly what's going on and why this one single meeting has the entire world holding its breath. Yeah, this is not just some friendly chat over coffee. This meeting between Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu is happening at an absolutely critical moment. We're talking about a truce in Gaza that's barely holding on, tensions with Iran that are through the roof, and a whole series of moves happening behind the scenes that could literally redraw the map. All right, so let's get right into it. Who are the players, where is this all happening, and what is the real game plan here? Okay, so on one side of the table, you've got Donald Trump hosting at his Florida resort. You know him, he loves a big historic deal. On the other side is Benjamin Netanyahu, and he is under an unbelievable amount of pressure. Now, this is his 5th trip to the US this year, which, by the way, tells you everything you need to know about how urgent this is for him. He is juggling a ton of crises, and he really, really needs a win.
Now, let's get into the first major, and I mean major, topic on their agenda: Gaza.
Okay, listen to this. Just a couple of days ago, on Christmas Day, of all days, Israel's defense minister drops this bombshell. He's not just talking about keeping soldiers there for a little while. No. He's talking about building brand new permanent settlements right in the Gaza Strip. And, behind all this political chess, there's a staggering, tragic human cost. We're looking at over 71,000 Palestinians killed since this war began. When you see a number like that, it's no wonder the ceasefire they agreed to last month is hanging on by a thread. So you might be asking, what's the holdup on a real, lasting peace deal? Well, it's a huge mess. The plan says Israel has to withdraw, a new government has to take over from Hamas, and here's the kicker: Hamas has to give up all its weapons. Yeah, a huge sticking point. Things are so stuck that apparently even Trump's own team is getting really fed up, feeling like Netanyahu is just dragging his feet on purpose. So, with the Gaza talks going nowhere fast, what do you do? Well, some folks think Netanyahu is trying a classic move: change the subject. And what's he changing the subject to? His favorite topic: Iran. It looks like he's not just flying to Florida for a chat. He's coming with what sounds an awful lot like a war plan for Iran. And it's not just one plan. It's more like a menu of military options he's expected to lay out for Trump. He's giving Trump choices, asking him to decide how involved America should be. Everything from, hey, we'll do it ourselves, to, could you give us a little help, all the way up to a full-blown joint US-Israeli attack. So why the big rush? What's going on? Well, check this out. New spy satellite photos are showing Iran scrambling to cover up damage at its main nuclear facility. They're literally putting up panels to hide what they're doing, probably so they can rebuild in secret. And at the same time, there are these intel reports saying Iran could soon be cranking out 3,000 missiles per month. That's a lot. Okay, so while everyone's eyes are glued to Gaza and Iran, Israel pulls a move that honestly almost nobody saw coming. Just 2 days ago, Israel did something unprecedented. They officially recognized a place called Somaliland as its own country. Now, Somaliland broke away from Somalia way back in 1991, but for the entire world, it's still just a part of Somalia. But not for Israel. For Israel, it's now a new country on the map. And how did the rest of the world take this news? Well, not great. The reaction was swift, and it was furious. You had Somalia, of course, but also Turkey, Saudi Arabia, the African Union, the Arab League. Basically, the whole neighborhood came out and condemned it, leaving Israel totally alone on this one. All right, so let's tie all these threads together. What does all this mean when Trump and Netanyahu finally sit down in that room in Florida? This whole idea of creating a new Middle East isn't exactly, new. We heard it back in the 90s after the Oslo Accords, then again after the Iraq War in 2003, and of course with the Arab Spring in 2011. Time after time, leaders have tried to remake the region, but somehow the old conflicts just refuse to go away. And that really brings us to the billion-dollar question for this meeting, right? Which Donald Trump is going to walk into that room? Is it going to be Trump the dealmaker, the guy who wants that ultimate deal, maybe a historic peace agreement between Israel and Saudi Arabia? Or is it going to be Trump the hardliner, the guy who's ready to sign off on a military strike against Iran? The choice he makes, I mean, that's it. That's the whole ballgame. It really could be the difference between a new era of peace or the brink of a much, much wider war. The outcome of this one meeting could send the entire Middle East down a brand new path, for better or for much, much worse. And you better believe we'll be tracking every single twist and turn right here. So, to keep connecting the dots on these huge stories that are shaping our world, make sure you're following us at America Current Affairs. Thanks for watching. I mean, think about it. One meeting, two leaders, and the fate of an entire region hanging in the balance.